Yo, welcome to Music as a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean. I'm also the CEO of Concert. Concert is an artist accelerator app that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in live music performances all over the world. um, One of the questions I get, which is kind of okay, so here goes the question. The question that I hear all the time is, how do I become a successful musician? A successful musician. Ugh. Yeah, and I'm supposed to be a rapper, so and I'm like tongue tied on some words right now. So, how do I become a successful musician? Uh, and I've talked about multiple ways to like get income and everything like that, but that didn't mean that's success to you. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about was when people say, how do I become a successful musician? The first question I always ask is, what's success to you? So here goes, like, I split it into three things, and wherever you believe success is what it is. Because what we're taught to believe is success, a successful musician is if you don't reach the heights of Jay-Z or Tupac or any of that, then you're not successful. And that's not the truth, because then I would say, in anything in this world, are you the best doctor in the entire world? So should I say you're not successful? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's only in some things that we do this, and it deters tons of us as artists from doing what we love because we don't think we're successful. And like, no one says who's the best. Like, for instance, who's the top? As I said, who's the top doctor in the world? Do we even know who it is? Like, because success to them is you're successful because you just became a doctor. You see what I'm saying? You're successful because you made it to the point of being a doctor, And then, like, who's the best construction person in the world? Who's the best? Like, we don't, like, you're just a successful construction person. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll show you how I determine success in my career, and how you may want to determine success, or give you the options of how you may believe you can be successful. So artistic success, and these are for the people who may want to keep it as an art and as something they do as a hobby. So you do have artistic success, and those are mostly, I feel personally, in the actual project completions, and in those things that you wanted to do, that you had dreams of doing. Like, I just wanted to complete this project. I wanted to create something that told my story. I wanted to create something that touched people, that made people feel some type of way. Like, in tons of aspects, you can still be successful in just creating something that you felt needed to be heard, or something, making something available and telling your story and just saying it's out. Like, in pieces of my career, there's songs and stuff like that that I knew weren't, like, everyone isn't going to listen to. The people that I wanted to hear it will hear it, and I just wanted to create it for that moment, to make it so, hey, I created it, I did this. You know what I'm saying? I was able to create this and do this and have this experience, this moment, or whatever like that. I may add a show to it and be like, hey, I just wanted to be able to build this show and have everyone have fun and see what it is. And that's like an artistic success. And for those people, that's success. Like, that's success in the music industry to them. And it should be, and that is successful, because you are successful in creating what your goal was, accomplishing your goal. So that is success. So don't say this person isn't a successful musician, because you don't know what they claim was the success, or what was the goal of this. Now, some people do believe fame is success. And in that term, then yes, there are the Drakes and the Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's that are successful in fame amounts. So then, when you're successful in fame, that means everyone knows you. You're the most popular. You're the person tons of people know. So then, that can be in different levels. That can be because you could always say that um there'll never be another Michael Jackson. So then you can say the success that Michael Jackson has is very different than any other artist that has ever existed on this earth, and they've never been as successful as him. Now, so then you do have to put this into tiers here, because I can say there's artists that seem successful to us that are on lower levels that can't sell out stadiums multiple times all the time. And then there are people we may not know that can sell out stadiums all the time. But then when you go for fame, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for who's the most famous, which actually kind of like lacks the music piece of it, because it doesn't mean you're the best musically. It just means you're the most famous. So then fame can be like, as we always say, there's some of these artists that we know aren't the best at the actual art, but are best at everyone knowing them. And so that can be a determination, even in smaller areas. Like, so for instance, I could say at a point I felt successful because at one point I could say I probably was one of the biggest artists in Colorado. And at one point I was probably one of the biggest artists in my region. So then at that point I can say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, fame wise, a lot of people knew me, a lot of people knew what I was doing and stuff like that. And some people want that fame. Some people want those nights. And that goes all the way down, because that success and fame can also be a, like, you can put it on a situation. A lot of people came to a show and see you. Like, I sold out Meow Wolf a couple months back, and it's like, yeah, I could be like, I'm famous. I'm kind of famous because it sells out. Like, there's still 500 people in the building, like, coming to see me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like, that could be what your goal is to be known, to be well known, and everyone to know you, and you have the fame and the glitz and glamour from it. Now that is the difference between what I do it for. Because I want to live off what I love. Like, that's the only thing I want to do all day. I just want to do what I love. And that was my goal, is that I can feed my family and do what I love. Because you have to, in this world, just like, it just is what it is. In this world, you have to find something to make a living off of. And so I hate that people try to put it in with this. They try to make it, hey, well, you're selling out if it's about money, da, 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 da. But everyone has to have a job, so it's everyone's sold out. And like, everyone has to have a job. I just want to have a job that is something I love, and I don't have to do something against what I like. I can spend my time doing that. So then, to me, I've always felt like my success was based off of, can I make a living off of what I love to do? And that's what was successful to me. Now, some people can say, hey, this person makes this much money, so they're successful because they're the best at making money off of music or whatever like that. Like, I think somebody, I think some artist, I think it was Drake, who made the most in one night so far. Like, in a one night, he made something like 15 million a night or something like that. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. Is like, it, well, that isn't what this is all about, but that's what that idea is can you be successful at your level of what you want to do? And to me, making a living and being able to feed my family and everything like that and move like that is the goal. At the end of the day, to me, is, hey, can I do what I love all day every day? And that's the only thing I want to do, is what I love all day every day. And uh over time, I found out that because the way I built my career, a lot of my passions are built inside of concert, because I always like the control of like everything. I wanted to create the show. I wanted to control the show. I wanted to help other artists while also still doing what I do. And that's what concert allows me to do. So I've been able to find more things that I love to do. And what I feel is successful. I've been able to get an app off the ground, and the app is actually working and it's successful. It throws a lot of shows, helps a lot of artists. And so I wanted that to actually exist. And that's what's successful for me. And in my music career, of course, I was able to make a living off of music. So then I feel I was successful in that aspect also. So ask yourself, what is success to you? And that's how you can kind of judge what's a successful musician. How do you become a successful musician? Ask yourself that, and then go from there. And then you can take those three things that I've laid out to kind of be like, is it an artistic success? Is that what you want? Is fame what you want? Or is it making a living off of this? Because, and then one thing I did want to say is, because some people be like, fame and making a living are the same, and it's not, because there's a lot of famous people that don't make a living. You know what I'm saying? If you ever watch that little clip that TLC talks about, how can you be broke and have sold this many records? And that's because a lot of times with artists, when they choose to go labels, you're basically choosing fame over the monetary because you're just going to be a singer, and then they're going to write the song. They're going to pay for the writings of the songs. They're going to pay for the studio times. They're going to pay for all the tour aspects. They're going to pay for everything, and then you get a small, excuse me, small smidget back to yourself as the performer, and then they built your brand and everything, so then they expect more money. So then it doesn't always coincide with each other or correlate to say, hey, the most famous makes the most money, because that's not the truth. So decide what you feel is success, and then go from there, and then build those goals, and then you're a successful musician.